Hello students, hope all of you are fine. So dear children, we are doing the lesson Cell, the basic unit of life. Okay, so in our previous video we have discussed about the various types of bacteria, and today we will discuss about the component of bacterial cell. Bacteria have prokaryotic cells, so we can say bacteria as a prokaryotic cell also. A bacterial cell consists of cell envelope, so it's cytoplasm, nucleoid, plasmid, inclusion bodies, then flagella, pili and fimbriae. Cell envelope. It is the outer covering of the protoplasm of the bacterial cell. Cell envelope consists of three components: glycocalyx, cell wall and cell membrane. Glycocalyx, it lies outside the cell wall. Glycocalyx consists of two parts, inner S layer and outer mucilage. The S layer is mostly made up of polypeptide rich in acidic amino acid. Mucilage is carbohydrate rich, which is when thick is called capsule. Now, glycocalyx gives sticky character to the cell. It is not absolutely essential for the survival of bacteria. However, it has the character of the cell. It is not absolutely essential for survival of the bacteria, but it has several secondary functions. For example, prevention of desiccation, that means it does not allow the decaying of the organism. Protection from the phagocytes, that means the other organism cannot engulf it, okay, or if they engulf they will not be able to digest it. Protection from the toxic chemicals and the drugs. Protection from virus attachment, okay, immunogenicity and virulence. Okay, these are some of the characteristic features of the outer covering of the bacteria or the capsule. Okay, the significance of the capsule. Now, cell wall, it is rigid solid covering which provides shape and structure support to the cell. Okay, cell wall lies between the plasma membrane and glycocalyx. Okay, now periplasmic space occur between the plasma membrane and the cell wall. Cell wall protect the bacterial cell against the bursting of hypotonic solution. Wall is 20 to 80 nanometer thick in the gram-positive bacteria. It is single layered and smooth. In gram-negative bacteria, the wall is 8 to 12 nanometer thick, complex, wavy, layered and smooth. In gram-negative bacteria, the wall is 8 to 12 nanometer thick. The complex wavy and the two layered, the outer layer is also called outer membrane. It consists of lipopolysaccharides, lipids and protein. The outer membrane has hydrophilic channels of 16-stranded beta-barrel protein called the porins. The single-layered cell wall of the gram-positive bacteria and the inner wall layer of the gram-negative is made up of that is peptidoglycan. Okay, protein, non-cellulosic carbohydrates, lipids, amino acids, etc. Peptidoglycan forms the structural network of the cell wall. It is also known as murine or mucopeptide. Now, peptidoglycan consists of long glycan strand formed of repeating units of N-acetyl glucosamine, that is NAG, N-acetyl glucosamine, and N-acetyl muric acid, that is NAM. They are cross-linked by small peptide chains. Peptidoglycan constitute 70 to 80% of the wall in gram-positive bacteria. Lipid content is little. 10 to 20% of wall is gram-negative bacteria is formed of peptidoglycan. Lipid content is 20 to 30%. Amino acid present in the wall is diaminopimalcic acid or lysine. Okay, the gram positive bacteria, the wall contains teichoic acid. that form receptor site and surface antigen. In Mycobacterium and Nocardia, the wall contain long chain fatty acid called mycolic acid. Now, next we have is the plasma membrane. It is selectively permeable covering of the cytoplasm that forms the innermost component of the cell envelope. Bacterial plasma membrane or plasmalemma has the structure similar to that of the typical membrane. It is made up of phospholipid bilayer with protein of various type, that is extrinsic, integral, transmembrane. It holds receptor molecules for detection and responding to different chemicals of the surrounding. Bacterial membrane is metabolically active as it take part in respiration, synthesis of lipid and cell wall components. Now next we have is the cytoplasm. It is crystallo-colloidal complex that form the protoplasm excluding its nucleus. The cytoplasm is granular due to presence of large number of ribosomes. Membrane-bound cell organelle is found in the eukaryotes and eukaryotes are absent. However, all the biochemical pathways are found in the prokaryote cells. The cytoplasmic streaming is absent, sap vacuoles are absent. Instead, gas vacuoles are present in prokaryotic cell. Various structures present in cytoplasm are, one of them is mesosome. Okay, it is the characteristic circular to the villiform specialization of the cell membrane of the bacteria that develop as an ingrowth from the plasma membrane. It consists of vesicles, tubules, and lamellae. Mesosome is of two types, septal and lateral. The septal mesosome connects the nucleoid with the plasma membrane. It takes part in the replication of the nucleoid by providing point of attachment to the replicated ones. The septal mesosome is also believed to help in septum formation. At the time of cell division, plasma membrane grows in the region where the septal mesosome is present, so that most probably it provides membrane for rapid elongation. Lateral mesosome is not connected with the nucleoid. It contains respiratory enzymes and is therefore often called chondroid. It is believed to be equal to the mitochondrion of the eukaryotes. However, respiratory enzymes are also present over the plasma membrane. Now next is ribosomes. Okay, they are small membraneless submicroscopic ribonucleoprotein entities having a size of 20 nanometer into 14 to 15 nanometer. Ribosomes are of two types, fixed and free. Fixed ribosomes are attached to the plasma membrane. Free ribosomes occur free in the cytoplasmic matrix. The ribosomes are 70S in nature. Here, S denotes the sedimentation coefficient or Svedberg number. Okay, now each ribosome has two subunits, larger 50S and smaller 30S. A ribosome take part in protein synthesis. Free or matrix ribosomes synthesize protein for intracellular use, while fixed ribosomes synthesize protein for the transport of outer ribosomes generally occur in helical group called the polyribosomes or polysomes. In each polysome, 4 to 8 ribosomes are attached to a single strand of messenger or mRNA. It is a mechanism to synthesize several copies of same protein. Now next we have is chromatophores. They are internal membrane system of photosynthetic form which possess the photosynthetic pigment. In purple bacteria the membrane are typical, while in green bacteria they are non-unit. non-lipid and proteinaceous. Chromatophores or green bacteria are called chlorosomes. The photosynthetic pigment are the bacteriochlorophyll, bacteriophyophytin, and that is also known as bacterioviridin and carotenoids. Now next we have is the nucleoid. It represents the genetic material of prokaryotes. Several alternative names have been given to the nucleoid. For example, genophore, chromosomes, incipient nucleus, and chromonyme. Nucleoid consists of single circular strand of DNA duplex which is supercoiled with the help of RNA and polyamines to form nearly oval or spherical complex. The folding is 250 to 700 times. Polyamines or nucleoid protein are different from histone proteins. Now, DNA of prokaryotes considered naked because of its non-association with histone protein and absence of nuclear envelope around it. In E. coli, the nucleoid has 1000 micrometer long DNA duplex with 4.6 into 10 to the power 6 base pairs. Nucleoid is embedded freely in the cytoplasm. A cell can have two or more nucleoid, but all that replicated copies of same nucleoid. It is equivalent to a single chromosome of eukaryotes because nucleoid consists of single DNA double strand. Okay, now nucleoid may be directly attached to the plasma membrane or through the mesosomes. Now plasmids, these are self-replicating extra chromosomal segments of double-stranded circular naked DNA. The plasmids provide unique phenotypic character to the bacteria. They are independent of main nucleoid. Some of them contain important genes like fertility factor, NEF genes, resistance factor, and cholinogenic factor. Plasmids, which can get associated temporarily with the nucleoid, are known as episomes. Now, plasmids are used as vector in genetic engineering. Okay. Now, next we have is the inclusion bodies. They are non-living structures present in the cytoplasm. The inclusion body may occur freely inside the cytoplasm. For example, synoviation granules, and then volutin or phosphate granules, glycogen granules, or covered by 2 or 3 nanometer thick non-lipid non-unit protein membrane. For example, gas vacuole, carboxysome, sulfur granules, PHB granules. On the basis of their name, the inclusion bodies are of three types: gas vacuoles, inorganic inclusions, and food resorb. Gas vacuoles, they are gas storing vacuole found in cyanobacteria, purple and green bacteria, and few other planktonic forms. A gas vacuole is without any covering of its own. It consists of variable number of hexagonal, hollow and cylindrical gas vesicles. Each gas vesicle is surrounded by a single non-unit, non-lipid protein membrane having ribs or folds. A membrane is impermeable to water, but it is permeable to atmospheric gas. Gas vacuoles protect the bacteria from harmful radiation. They also constitute buoyancy regulation mechanism of their proper positioning in the water during daytime for photosynthesis. Inorganic inclusions, several types of inorganic granules occur in bacteria. They include volutin granules, sulfur granules, iron granules, magnetite granules, etc. Because of the ability to pick up different color with the basic dye, they are called metachromatic granules. The Two common type of inorganic granules are volutine granules and sulfur granules. Volutine granules are polymetaphosphate which function as storage reserves of the phosphate. Sulfur granules occur in bacteria living in sulfur rich medium like the one which pick up hydrogen sulfide for obtaining reducing power in the photosynthesis. Iron granules are similarly found in those bacteria which metabolism iron compound for obtaining energy. Aquaspirillum magnetotyticum contain magnetosome, which are vesicles having magnetite. The granules help the bacteria to orientate themselves along the geomagnetic lines. Now, food reserves, the blue-green algae have the cyanophycean starch or the alpha granules, beta granules or lipid globule, and the cyanophycine or the protein granule. In bacteria, starch is replaced by glycogen. Neutral fats are absent, instead polybeta hydroxybutyrate or PHB, polybeta hydroxybutyrate granule are present. A biodegradable plastic can be prepared from the PBH, that is polybeta hydroxybutyrate protein granules are present. Now carboxysomes occur in the photosynthetic forms. Now next we have the flagella. So we have bacterial flagella. Okay. So bacterial flagella are unistranded equivalent to a single microtubular fiber. It is about 20 nanometer, that is 0.02 micrometer in diameter and 1 to 7 micrometer in length. Bacterial flagellum is made up of three parts: basal body, hook and filament. You can see in the diagram. Basal body is like rod. It is inserted in the cell envelope. The basal body bears ring-like swelling in the region of the plasma membrane and cell wall. There are two pair of rings, that is L and P ring in the cell wall and S and M rings embedded in the cell membrane. In gram-negative bacteria, only single pair of ring, that is S and M ring embedded in the cell membrane. In the gram-positive bacteria, the hook is curved tubular structure which connect the filament with the basal body. It is thickest part of the flagellum. Filament part is long tubular structure which causes turbulence in the lipid or liquid medium. It is made up of protein called flagellin. The protein molecules are globular. They are arranged in 3 or 8 spiral rows. It is believed Loy and Spencer in 1968 that bacterial flagella perform rotation type movement that bring about backward pushing of the water. It results in the bacterium moving forward. Now next we have is the pili and the fimbri. The two terms have been used interchangeably for the bacterial appendages which are not involved in the locomotion. Actually, pili, singular is pilus, are longer, fewer and thicker tubular outgrowth which develop in response to the F plus of fertility factor in the gram-positive bacteria. They are made up of protein pilin. A donor bacterial cell having fertility factor develops 1 to 4 pili. Being long 18 to 20 micrometer, they are helpful in attaching to the recipient cell and forming conjugation tube. Fimbriae and are small bristle-like fibers sprouting from the cell surface in the larger tube. There are 300 to 400 of them per cell. Diameter is 3 to 10 nanometer, while the length is 0.5 to 1.5 micrometer. Fimbriae are involved in attaching bacteria to the solid surface, for example, rock in the water body, or the host tissue, for example, urinary tract in the Neisseria gonorrhea. Some Fimbriae cause agglutination of the RBCs, that means clotting, okay, of the RBCs. They also help in mutual clinging of the bacteria. So in this video we'll discuss this much. In next video we'll discuss the eukaryotic cell.